Great. So we do have a forum today and we'll call to order the Finance and Risk Management Committee meeting. We do not have an on-site packet. No additions or revisions to the agenda, and we don't have any announcements. Correct. So, we have approval of the minutes. They were in our packet, December 10th, 2025. No pressure for Linda, but if you wanna take a look and when you're ready.
I move to approve the minutes from the December 11th, 2025 Finance and Risk Management Committee meeting as written.
Thank you. It's been moved. And second that, and I will second that. Do we have any discussion? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you. So we will move to unfinished business, the agency finance report update.
Yeah, that actually starts on page 5 in the packet, and this is not. There was a little problem with getting these printed out. So the most recent one is not the one that's in here, because I just had it the other day. So it is like 5,462,744. And again, this is just a snapshot of what it looks like at that point in time. You know, we still have end of year because we still have until June 30th. So there will be more expenditures coming out more toward the end of the year. On page 6 is revenue, and again, you'll see most of it is of course licensing fees. And those will actually start back up because as we're getting closer to May grads and stuff like that, so you'll see that go up, which is good. And then expenditures are on page 7 and does have end of year budget remaining on the last column. We do have some open positions. We have some posted, have not been successful in getting candidates really suitable for the positions. So those are still posted. Do you have any questions about this?
I don't. Okay. Thank you. Would you like to give just an overview of the fiscal year 26, 27?
Yeah, I understand they agreed on a budget yesterday. I saw that, so I'm not exactly sure what ours looks like. And the fiscal note for House Bill 2528 actually was done for fiscal year 27 and 28. Although now they have moved the date into fiscal year 26 for the implementation. So we're working through that, but obviously we've got some extra money to hire some of the extra people and stuff like that. I haven't heard that there's any problems with fiscal year 27 and 28, so I presume it'll be okay.
Okay. End of life licensing software.
I'm sorry, Adrian Guerrero. We're working through kind of logistics of the next steps. We've kind of made it known to the various parties during a lot of this discussion that our end of life of software is coming up in June of next year. So we need to start working towards migration, which includes budgeting and those sorts of things, getting all the state's approval to do that. I am pleased to see that unless something has changed before today, that I don't think we're going to need to do that enhanced push notification. I do think I actually have a meeting tomorrow with NCSBN about the push notification system through nurses. So I think we're going to be able to absorb all of that via that method. And so that should not impact us unless something changes radically in the next 24 hours. So that's good, I think. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, it does help, but it doesn't make sense to get rid of it in, June.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I was pleased that they considered that.
okay. Great. And then the next is the, 5-year combined statute and regulation review. We had items for the finance committee just to talk through that. I think looking at that agenda item, it might have, just changing statutes that have trickle down impact on these regulations. Seems like this could be tabled to future meeting when you're looking off of real time information for next steps. But I would put that too.
Can I just add one thing? Because the bill does have a new fee for late renewal. And so the fee regulations and stuff will have to be revised and all of that to add that. If it stays in, if that's what the end looks like, I mean, at this point, I'm just telling you at this point, it's in there.
Well, which there have been changes on, I mean, there would be zero reason to start making changes to anything until it's
Yeah.
signed and final, because, things would continue to shift and evolve, so, yeah.
But there will be, probably some changes on fees and that, so.
Okay. Any new business?
Nothing I know.
The agenda for June 2026. I think clearly, there would be another, our usual just finance report update. Because if there's any changes to, the budget related to changes. What else? Yes, then at that time, probably conversation about the statute regulations review, this where's that sit?
Yeah, we have a better idea what has to be revised as far as regulations based on what it looks like at the end, so.
Right,
If I could add, maybe the end of life software, I might have a little bit better grasp on what exactly it's gonna take and that sort of thing, because that would put us at exactly the 12-month mark, so. That might be good to start really getting into those discussions about the fine details of what it might cost, so.
yeah. Okay. Great. All right, so got that said, and we will adjourn.
We'll see you in a